Welcome back to another podcast with BlockStar, your nexus for all things blockchain. I'm your host, Ryan Comet. Hope everyone's having a good 2024 year so far. I know I am. Today we are going to take a deep dive into the world of NFTs. I'm just gonna get started here. So what is an NFT? Short for non-fungible token. Fungibility pertains to a commodity or asset's ability to be exchanged for a similar commodity or asset without any difference in value. So non-fungible meaning that something is unique and cannot be replaced. Every NFT contains a unique digital signature. It's like a digital certificate of authenticity for any unique digital item. It's a one-of-a-kind token that lives on blockchain, which is like a super secure ledger that tracks who owns what, and it's hack-proof. So, what kind of digital items? Well, really anything that can be turned into a digital file can be turned into a digital asset in the form of an NFT. So photos, songs, podcasts even, we could do this one. Artwork, digitized or created on programs. Contracts, tickets to sporting events, which is cool because then you got a ticket stub in the form of an NFT. A little memorabilia there. Tweets. Interesting side note, the founder of Twitter, Jack Dorsey's first ever tweet, sold as an NFT for $2.9 million in 2021. Kind of ridiculous if you ask me, but it's out there and it's possible. So I could go on and on. Now, without getting too bogged down in the nitty-gritty tech side of NFTs, I think it is important to talk a little more about the process, or as they call it, minting. So when you mint or buy an NFT on a blockchain, you're getting a cryptographic token that represents ownership of that one-of-a-kind digital asset. So ownership is key. Unlike your traditional MP3 or JPEG, an NFT gives you a blockchain-backed deed to digital property in this digital universe, and you have the cosmic certificate to prove it. Now, smart contracts govern this universe. For instance, in BlockStar's ecosystem, every NFT is bound by a smart contract. Basically, the DNA of your digital asset. It lays out the rules, the royalties, and the no, you can't just copy and paste my digital masterpiece clauses. So we know what an NFT is. We know we need an item. Then we need a platform. So you're choosing a platform to mint your digital asset on. There are lots out there. Like, BlockStar for starters, which is one of my favorites. But some of the other ones, OpenSea, which is regarded as the kingpin of NFT art marketplace world. You got Rarible. Then you've got a real weird one, which is NBA Top Shot. It lets you buy NFTs of great moments in basketball history. Okay, it's not my thing, but it's out there. Someone paid $208,000 for a LeBron James slam dunk video NFT. And then Binance is another one that just opened up an exchange not too long ago. And it's a central exchange, but they added an NFT marketplace. So now keep in mind, if you do choose to use BlockStar to mint your NFT and put it up for sale on their marketplace, it will automatically go up on OpenSea's marketplace as well, so you get double exposure. You can't beat that. The other thing you got inside of BlockStar is you got a community and the ecosystem that, if you're having trouble figuring anything out on the platform or just anything in general, but specifically with NFTs, you've got an entire community of people that can help out, or you've even got an AI agency you can get immediate help from, which personally I use all the time. So you got your item, got your platform, now you need to pick which chain to mint on. Any blockchain with smart contracts, ETH, Sol, BSC, Matic, Wax. Now keep in mind, 2/3 of the market is typically ETH-based NFTs. And there's a very specific reason for this, which we'll get into here in a second. It's said to be the king of all NFT chains, and it's one of my favorites. In 2017, developers at Ethereum introduced the ERC 721, which was a non-fungible token standard that is more complex than the ERC20, where the fungible token, the Ethereum fungible tokens, are made. So Ethereum request for comment. Now they have developed further. I'm going to throw some numbers out there, but 1155 was a token that supported both fungible and non-fungible tokens, which was a very new step into the world of NFTs and kind of bringing all these features together and including new features, which one of my favorites is, being able to reverse erroneous transfers, otherwise known as sending tokens to the wrong address. I know I've done it plenty of times. I know most people in crypto have done that at some point in time. So Ethereum didn't stop there. They've now further created the ERC 6551, and that builds in even more features. So I suggest anyone that's not familiar with these numbers in Ethereum and what they represent to jump into it, do a little bit more research for yourself. But to get out of this rabbit hole before we go deeper, I want to go back to the ERC 721 because this is when the term NFT was coined. ERC 721 enabled the blockchain to recognize non-fungible tokens. This opened the door for projects like CryptoKitties and many others to be born into the crypto space, blockchain, smart contracts, everything. It kind of enveloped all of it. Now, it's important to note that NFTs did exist before this. Actually, in 2012, the first NFT was born. It was called Colored Coins. It was an experimental token designed on the Bitcoin network to explore the notion or idea of NFTs. They just weren't called NFTs back then. This project, along with some others, brought to light the technical limitations of using the Bitcoin network and opened the door for developers to find a more versatile blockchain. In steps Ethereum in 2015, which this was a way better platform to create NFT projects on, which they figured out immediately. One of the first NFT projects to launch was called Ethereum, which kind of reminds me of Minecraft. It was a virtual world where players farm tiles. When they farm the tiles, they get blocks, and then out of the blocks, they can build things. Sound familiar? This project has become sort of a collector's item along with, a couple others around that time period that used ERC20 instead of the 721 because it had not been created yet. So CryptoPunks is another big one. All these are collector's items now, which assume you can still buy on the marketplace. I personally suggest you go check it out for yourself, kind of look into these projects because they're pretty cool and they really show the historical nature of NFTs and how long they've actually been in this space. I mean, almost from the start. I think it's pretty obvious after talking through this why Ethereum has become, the king of NFT chains. But so when picking a chain, there's a lot to think about. So do your research. There's different reasons to get on different chains. Some are less expensive than others, which, I've seen that drive a lot of NFT projects for them to choose, that chain to mint on. So when choosing, there's a lot to think about. Please do your research. If you do choose to mint on BlockStars, it will be on the Ethereum chain. So make sure you got some Ethereum in your wallet for gas fees. And one more little side note while we're on the topic of BlockStar is I want to encourage everyone to check out the BlockStar Team NFT Bears. They're up for sale on the platform. These bears provide VIP status or discounts in the BlockStar ecosystem, which, even as this ecosystem kind of evolves, they're really going to help everybody. You've got different colors for each bear. You've got a blue, red, pink, aqua, orange, purple, green, black, white, yellow. Each color represents a different area. For instance, aqua gives you VIP status with BlockStar Daisy. The green one eliminates gas fees and gives discounts on in the marketplace for trading crypto. They all have different meanings with the different colors. You don't know one little caveat, you don't know what color you're going to get, which I think is awesome because this encourages, let's say you get 2 green ones. Well, you can put one up for trade with somebody else. So you could post that on the platform and say, hey, I got a green one and I want to trade someone for a red one because I really want, what that represents and access to that area. So I'll personally be really excited to kind of see the NFT platform take off and see people. I would love to see people trading these bears. And I would love to see people just minting stuff and getting on the platform and checking it out. I plan on minting a couple drawings my 8 and 12-year-old boys did last week. Making some NFTs, so keep an eye out for those. I'll probably post them on the BlockStar social feed. But we're going to wrap up today, and just like last time, as promised, I want to end with a question answered by David, the sarcastic chatbot. So I asked him, or it, if you will, if you were to mint an NFT, what would it be? His reply, its reply. Oh, if I were to mint an NFT, let me think of the most profound and earth-shattering digital masterpiece. It would probably be a pixelated middle finger. Just so every time blockchain hustler looks at their eco-questionable investment, they'd be reminded of how much the universe truly cherishes their financial genius. But then again, why stop at 1 pixel? Let's make it a whole collage of sarcasm and eye rolls. The perfect art for those who love to throw currency at digital smoke. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a chatbot with an attitude. Oh man, I really enjoy those. If you guys get a chance, get on the AI agency. There's actually Helpful David on there as well, but the sarcastic one's pretty fun to ask questions and mess around with. Well, thanks for joining us as we explore all things blockchain. Can't wait to talk with you guys next time. I'm your host, Ryan Comment, signing off.